Welcome to the Young Crones Cafe, where you can get a magic brew full of all sorts of information, both witchy and practical.
Grab a cup of coffee and join us. I'm Elizabeth, a wordsmith.
And I'm Dave, a modern-day sage.
We are going to talk about various witchcraft and life topics from a slightly more mature perspective, at least most of the time.
Thanks for joining us.
Hello, here's a little something extra to get you through until one of our next regularly scheduled episodes. We're approaching what we call the times of Beltane, and other people just celebrate its Beltane at the beginning of May. However, I thought I'd give a little chat, shall we say, about how we look at some of this. On the path, the season of Beltane is associated with the element of earth. This element is often the first of which connects with, and we are often taught that a way to ground is to be in physical contact with the earth in some way to dump that excess energy raised during ritual or spell work. The earth often seems to be the element that is most closely associated with the mundane because it's all around us. We can see it, we can touch it, we can taste it. The element of earth is most commonly associated with what we call the body and bone, our physicality, and what we term our foundations, which are our practice of witchcraft. These can include seasonal or respite rituals, any daily practices, spell work, or anything else we use that promotes spiritual growth. We tend to think of any changes that we create begin on the magical and manifest on the mundane, which is obviously our body and bone. The element of earth is also associated with stability and slow but steady growth, kind of mirroring what we see outside during the growing season. It is often seen as the actual planet itself, the source of life, for everything that lives and breathes on it. Many witches work with various herbs or crystals and see them as gifts from this element. This is yet another reason it is often most associated with the mundane. Like I said, we can see and touch and smell and interact with these items as well. So at this time of year, we try to connect in various ways to the element of earth. And it starts with an awareness. So here are some little activities you might want to try about developing an awareness of the energy of earth. On the path, we believe that each of us is composed of a sacred three of body, mind, and spirit, and that what affects one part of us affects the others as well. So here are some suggested activities you might try to encourage that awareness of this element for each part of you, which is really the first step in an overall process of connecting and developing a relationship with an energy that you work with, in this case, the element of earth. Try them if you like, or discover different ones that work for you. In other words, developing awareness of an element is the first step in the process, again, of establishing a rich and varied connection. So, for the body, you can take a few minutes today to connect to the earth itself, which is the mundane manifestation of this element. Go out and sit in dirt somewhere and just feel the energy however you experience it. Rejoice that your body is made of the same stuff as the planet and the stars. Another idea is many witches have various stones and crystals scattered around their homes, in their pockets, purses, backpacks, wherever. Now pick one stone, and don't forget to consider what correspondences you might personally associate with it, and carry it around with you for the day. Hold it in your hands periodically and see what energies you experience. Does the stone feel different depending on the time of day or how long you have been holding it? Consider how this stone can be a blessing or gift from the element of earth as you are a witch. And give thanks. Now, for your mind, try thinking of those places where you feel more in tune personally with the earth around you. It can be the backyard where you live, a favorite park, a memory of a vacation spent somewhere surrounded by nature, even the top of a skyscraper. The point is to remember how you felt when you were connected with this element through the mundane earth. Now, you can also think of it, the experience of the energy of the element of earth may often seem less powerful for some because it is the one that is most connected to the physicality of the mundane. If you think about the physical planet Earth and how slowly the topography is altered in general, just commanding earthslides, mudslides, earthquakes, um, wildfires, tsunamis, hurricanes. This energy is basically slow and steady. For us, the element of Earth acts in much the same manner, supporting long-term growth and changes. Take the time to consider how the energy may not be less powerful in the short term, but the consistent long term requires a great deal of energy. Is this true of your own experiences when working with the element of Earth? How do you connect or work with this energy as a result of how you perceive it? Give this some serious thought. Finally, for spirit, you can make a small altar that you can easily access in your home or apartment that honors the element of Earth. Place items that you associate with this element on it, and when you pass by it during your days, take a moment to acknowledge how you would not exist without this element and give thanks. And finally, as part of establishing our connections with the Earth, we work with the spirits of the land, or genus loci, aka spirits of place. Take the time today to make a small offering to the land in some fashion. The easiest might be to offer some water and give thanks to the land itself and its gift to you. Now, the time of Beltane also helps us transition to the summer solstice, connecting with the fullest time of light energy that is coming. Working on our foundations allows us to be prepared for the times where we want to reach out to the world around us in varied ways and have the energy to be more productive in all our work and daily lives. One activity that we return to at this time is going back and trying out some of those foundational practices we started out with again to see where we have changed and adapted them, or why we no longer use them in our work because we have grown away from them. Sometimes we discover one of these practices that we were no longer doing works for us again and find we need to reintegrate it into our current ways of working. So, however you celebrate Beltane, be aware that it's a time to celebrate the earth, the time of green, and hopefully plants are sprouting around you where you live to remind you of this fact, and the growth and abundance that will soon be coming to us. So with that being said, happy Beltane, and may you find mirth and reverence in all things. Well, it looks like the coffee cups are empty for this week. We hope you join us again next Tuesday, but you can find us at our website, 2youngcrones.com. That's the number 2, Young Crones.
We'd love to have you join our growing online Discord community. Check out our new Patreon presence. Just look for Young Crones Cafe. Through Patreon, you'll be able to make it to our Discord. We are also Young Crones Cafe on Twitter and Facebook.
Until then, remember, we are witches who work with energies to effect change.
We are believers in both immanent and transcendent divine.
We are celebrants of the passage of the solar and lunar cycles.
We are hedge walkers who pass back and forth between the worlds of the magical and the mundane.
We are seekers of knowledge.
And we are walkers of a spiritual tradition we call the Path.
So mote it be.
So mote it be.